Gary Varvel's time-lapse video shows the process of drawing the latest controversy for President Trump. Gary Varvel. President Trump speaks to reporters on the South Lawn of at the White House Sunday after returning from Camp David. Trump says he's not planning to fire special counsel Robert Mueller. Photo, Andrew Herrick, AP. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders recently tweeted, which is the more underreported story of at POTUS Year 1. Defeat of ISIS booming Trump economy. Sanders asked the question for a good reason. The good news of Trump's presidency has received much attention. According to the Media Research Center, coverage of Trump on the ABC, CBS and NBC evening newscasts in September, October and November was more than 90% negative. Granted, the president is partially at fault for the lack of positive coverage. At times he has stepped all over his message. Plus, attacking news reports as fake news is not the way to win friends and influence the press. More, Varvel, why this evangelical agrees with Trump. Jerusalem is Israel's capital. More, Varvel, a Christian case for the Mike Pence rule. More, sign up for views from the right newsletter. Trump supporters cry foul, but just like a coach who throws a chair or blasts the media in a press conference, the outburst tends to get more attention than it does wins. Trumpsters aren't the only ones who've noticed how the media treat Trump. Surprisingly, 93-year-old former President Jimmy Carter said, "I think the media have been harder on Trump than any other president certainly that I've known about." Speaking with New York Times columnist Maureen Dowd, Carter continued, "I think they feel free to claim that Trump is mentally deranged and everything else without hesitation." But is Sanders right? Are Trump's wins underreported? On December 16, Ross Douthat, writing in the New York Times, called the ISIS defeat a case where the media is not adequately reporting an important success because it does not fit into the narrative of Trumpia disaster in which our journalistic entities are all invested. So besides defeating ISIS, what are Trump's wins this year? Tax cuts. Congress is close to passing a tax overhaul, but just the anticipation of tax reform, which will cut the corporate rate to 21%, has excited business owners and fueled stock market records. Economic growth. The GDP has grown by more than 3% for 2 quarters in a row. Consumer confidence. In October, consumer confidence rose to the highest level in 17 years, according to the New York-based Conference Board. Deregulation. Trump has cut 67 Obama-era regulations and added only 3 new rules. The rollback on regulations has spurred business confidence, economic activity and stock market growth. A senior official said the actions have saved $8.1 billion in lifetime net regulatory costs. Stock market. The Dow has set record highs 70 times this year, rising 5,000 points in a year for the first time in history. Judicial appointments. Trump has staffed the judiciary with constitutionalists such as Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch. Unemployment. Granted, Trump inherited low unemployment numbers from President Obama, but the number of people collecting unemployment benefits has continued to fall to a near 44-year low.